What is private limited company? Section 268 of Companies Act 2013 defines private companies. According to that, private companies are those companies whose articles of association restrict the transferability of shares and prevent the public at large subscribing to them. This is the best criterion that differentiates private companies from public companies. The section further says private companies can have a maximum of 200 members, except for one-person companies. This number does not include present and former employees who are also members. Moreover, more than two persons who own shares jointly are treated as a single member. A private limited company is a company which is privately held for small businesses. The liability of the members of a private limited company is limited to the amount of shares respectively held by them. Shares of private limited company cannot be publicly traded. All the aspects of private limited company is discussed in the article. For more detailed information on registration, visit the official website of VMK Professionals, www.vmkpros.com. What are the characteristics of a private limited company? Members. To start a company, a minimum number of 2 members are required, and a maximum number of 200 members as per the provision of the Companies Act 2013. Limited liability. The liability of each member of shareholder is limited. It means that if a company faces loss under any circumstances, then its shareholders are liable to sell their own assets for payment. The personal, individual assets of the shareholders are not at risk. Perpetual succession. The company keeps on existing in the eyes of law, even in the case of death, insolvency, the bankruptcy of any of its members. This leads to perpetual succession of the company. The life of the company keeps on existing forever. A number of directors. When it comes to director, a private company needs to have only 2 directors. With the existence of 2 directors, a private company can come into operations. Prospectus. Prospectus is detailed statement of the company affairs that is issued by a company for its public. However, in the case of a private limited company, there is no such need to issue a prospectus because this public is not invited to subscribe for the shares of the company. Minimum subscription. It is the amount received by the company, which is 90% of the shares issued within a certain period of time. If the company is not able to receive 90% of the amount, then they cannot commence further business. In the case of a private limited company, shares can be allotted to the public without receiving the minimum subscription. Name. It is mandatory for the private companies to use the word private limited after its name. For more detailed information on registration, visit the official website of VMK Professionals, www.vmkpros.com. What is the incorporation process of private limited company? Once a name for the company is decided, the following steps have to be taken by the applicant. A. Apply for DSC, Digital Signature Certificate, and DIN, Director Identification Number. B. Apply for the name availability. C. File the MOA and AOA to register the private limited company. D. Apply for the PAN and TAN of the company. E. Certificate of Incorporation will be issued by RO with PAN and TAN. Open a current bank account on the company name. For more detailed information on registration, visit the official website of VMK Professionals, www.vmkpros.com. What are the documents required for private limited company? Share capital amount and proposed ration for holding shares. A short description of the company and the business, name of the city where the registered office of the company is located. Ownership and sale deed in case your own premise. Address proof of the registered office, electricity bill, telephone bill. Address proof of the director or the shareholder, voter ID, passport, driving license. Identify proof of the director and shareholders, PAN card. A duplicate copy of the latest electricity bill, telephone bill, or mobile bill. Occupation details of director as well as shareholder. Email address of the directors and shareholders. Passport size photo of director and shareholders. In case the property is on rent, then you need to submit a copy of the rent agreement with no objection certificate, NO, from the landlord. NOs for a change in the original subscribers of MOA. MOA and AOA subscriber sheets, PAN card of the company. In case you are a foreign national subscriber, then you need to provide nationality proof. For more detailed information on registration, visit the official website of VMK Professionals, www.vmkpros.com.